Hey music maker, hope you're having a great day, and for today's quick production tip, I wanted to talk about a simple technique to make your pop vocals pop. This is a really modern and cool sounding technique, so let's jump into Logic and let me show you what I'm talking about and how you can start adding it into your productions today. Okay, so now that we're in Logic, let me show you this technique. It's a really cool way to make vocals pop out of the mix, and it's all with using the lead vocal and just adding some effects and layers, especially in the different octaves. Let me play you a bit of this song, a song I wrote with my friends Matt Cross and Allison Brost and sung by Allison. So here is a sample of what I'm talking about, and then we'll talk about how to make it and break it down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo just the lead vocal and these two extra vocals I made with the lead vocal. So check this out.
This is freedom, this is hope, this is the truth that's in my soul.
Okay, you hear this style of vocal production all the time, and it's really actually simple to make, and you only need a few plugins to accomplish this too, which is great. So the first thing you need to do is copy your lead vocal a couple times, and I've already done this, but I'll show you exactly how to do that just so that we're all on the same page. So let's take this little section here and here, and we'll bounce this in place. Call it lead down. Then we can actually do the exact same thing because we're going to have two different layers here. And we'll call this one lead up. And it'll have the same effects as the lead vocal. So if I solo this now, it'll just be the lead vocal.
This is freedom, this is hope.
So the first thing that I want to do is start adding some plugins. You can actually accomplish this with a ton of different plugins. The one that I tend to use the most, just because you hear it a lot on records like this, is by Soundtoys, and it's called AlterBoy. Super easy plugin to use. When you open this up, there's just really a couple controls. There's the pitch control, the format control, and then you can add some drive and then the mix overall. So we keep the mix at 100%. So the first thing I want to do, since it's a down vocal, is I'm going to tune it all the way down.
This is freedom, this is hope.
So that's like an octave down. But then the format is where it kind of really adds that depth to the vocal. So let me bring that all the way down. So that's a sound that we're hearing a lot in modern music right now. I mean, you can really dial it in. Exactly where we want it to be. And you can add some drive to it if you wanted to. I'm not really going to add that to this particular one. So then also what I want to add is CLA vocals. And the main reason I want to do this is I'll show you why in a second here. I'm going to turn off a lot of this stuff. I'm going to keep a little reverb and some compression. Let's see how this is. The main thing I want to use here is this stereo spreader, and I might change the. I want to pull a lot of the low end out of this. Sounds pretty good like that. And then I want to add some kind of a de-esser. Since it is the duplicated track, we don't want it to interfere with the S sounds with the lead vocal. So I'll just use the simple but really great Waves de-esser. Just pull it down pretty hard because this is going to be sunken underneath. This is freedom. This is hope. This is the truth that's in. Cool, so that's that one. So now let me play back the lead vocal. Let me make sure these are muted. The lead vocal with the low vocal. Cool, so now let's play around with this, the high one. So we're going to use the same exact plugins on this. So we'll do little AlterBoy. And instead of going, we'll go up. I still like to keep the format all the way down and just put the pitch up the octave. Because if you go both, you kind of get the Alvin and the Chipmunks vibes, and that might work for your song. But for this vibe, I kind of like the body that you get from doing the format all the way down. Cool. So now we'll get the CLA vocal again. And then we will do that, turn that off. Maybe do a slightly larger reverb on this one, just because it's high and we don't want it to sound weird or clash, but we definitely want to get that kind of ambient vibe. So let's see what this sounds like. Let's see what spreader does here. Might keep the spreader off of this one. And same deal with the De-Esser. Bring this down a lot. Cool, so now the high and the low together. And I may push the verb up on the high one just to kind of make it a little bit more in the background, more of a texture. I tend to keep the lower vocals a little bit more up front, and then I'll push the higher ones back with some more reverb. So now with the lead vocal in there.
This is freedom, this is hope, this is the truth that's in my soul. This is freedom.
Cool, so now let's play it in the mix, see how it sounds together.
This is freedom, this is hope, this is the truth that's in my soul.
Let me play it without either of these extra vocals. It sounds fine as it is. Sounds great, but then when you add in these extra little vocals that we just made, you can hear the difference, and I think it just really elevates and makes it sound bigger and more pop and modern. So let me play it back as it is. So that's it. So just with a couple of tweaks, and you could do the same thing with pitch bender plugins built into your DAW. You can do the same thing with vocal bender from Waves. You can even do the octaves up and down on the waveform itself, and then just do some effects. I just like to use a little AlterBoy for this particular effect because it's fast and it just works right away. And I love the format and the pitch controls that are built in. And then the drive is also really powerful. So there you have it, a simple way to make your pop vocals pop harder. Do you have any questions about this? If so, comment below, let me know. Also, if you have any topics you'd like me to cover on a future quick production tip video, leave those comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, go make some music, and we'll see you in the next video.